Good afternoon. This is a contribution for the 19th International Symposium on Computers in Education about the article Experience of the Application of Augmented Reality through English in Infant Education. This research job has been carried out by Amaia, Aguirregoitia, Jorge, López, Benito, Enara, Artetxe, and Estibaliz. First of all, I will introduce the motivation for the project. Secondly, I will talk about the objectives and I will present a didactic unit. Later, I will look at the methodology and some examples of activities. And finally, I will conclude with some results and validity of the study and some conclusions. We found out opportunities for improvement in learning English vocabulary and grammar at the early type of education stage in a school in the Basque Country. We found out that children repeat what they listen to, but they are not always able to identify words and meaning. We had some previous experience in the use of augmented reality, and we wanted to do some research to see the possibilities in this field. The main objective is to design a didactic unit that applies some of the possibilities of augmented reality in early childhood education, and more specifically applied to learning English as a second language. The approach attempts at working with 5-year-old children in a stimulating way the vocabulary and the grammatical structures in English language of one of the units in the syllabus, Christmas and emotions, through interactions in augmented reality. And the teachers will evaluate the results of change from practice with 150 students. So we designed a didactic unit to understand and use in an appropriate way the vocabulary of the didactic unit, Christmas and emotions, to participate actively in the activities of augmented reality or the acquisition of vocabulary, to identify and express basic emotions like sadness, joy, and fear in English, and relate them to appropriate situations, and to pay attention to the proposed activities and enjoy the use of technological means. With these objectives in mind, we used material in electronic format. We also used markers and tablet, and we combined this with the use of recordings of linguistic productions to increase confidence. The methodology is based in a communicative approach in a real context. It uses authentic materials adapted, of course, and it includes diverse activities like posters, songs, craft activities. It uses participative learning, and it takes into account the multiple intelligence theory. We have diverse activities that focus on different intelligence types, but most of them are related to linguistic, interpersonal, and intrapersonal intelligence. Those activities were arranged in 15 sessions in the first term, and for each of the sessions, we define some objectives. And as you can see in the description of Lesson 1, we have different activities here, and in some of them, we introduced augmented reality. For each session, we also defined observation guides with indicators and measurable factors. Now, let me show you some examples of activities. The first activity was designed to identify and practice the vocabulary word. This vocabulary has been previously introduced in the classroom, and we'll now see its application. When they point at the marker with the device, they listen to the pronunciation of the word
and they can review it and check for pronunciation. In the next activity, they have to short the sequence of a story or fragments of a song, and they used a set of markers in the device to complete the story or song they have already listened to in the classroom. They could interactively get the feedback of what they were creating because they could listen to the results of the sorting.
It's the night before Christmas. It is dark. Dad puts the boxes in the back of the car. The whole family gets into the car to find their Christmas tree. They hang strings and balls all over the tree. John is happy because they have decorated their tree for the animals.
As you can see, they can listen to the story or the song as they sort the markers. Let's have a look at one of the songs. In the next activity, they could watch the descriptions of different emotions by pointing with the device at the markers. Different videos are launched to show the different situations related to the emotion, and they can also match markers with emotions and marker with situations, and they will get a feedback on the feedback when the matching is correct. Now we are going to see some of the videos that are launched to explain emotions.
Anger. I feel anger when my brother takes my new toy. I feel anger when nobody wants to play with me. Sadness. He feels sadness when he's not with his family. He feels sadness when people don't have anything to eat.
Now we are going to see the matching activity and the explanation where the matching is incorrect. As you can see, we get an image to show us that the association has been correctly done. And another activity to increase their confidence in production in English is to use technology to create a video of a story that they recorded with their own voice. Each student recorded a couple of sentences and then we edited the final video.
It is that put the buses into the car, family, then to the kite. They find the Christmas tree. Nina is tired, but everyone is happy.
Well, this is a part of the story. And what I can tell you is that they were really proud of the results when they could listen to their productions. Now, I'd like to show you the learning outcomes compared with the same period of the previous year. Well, this covers 150 students. And as you can see in the table, the percentage of A grades has increased largely in both understanding and production items. Here we can see the previous year and the percentage of A results this year. And in the production items, as you can see, this is the previous year, and these are the results of this year. Of course, this comparison about the learning outcomes does not guarantee the reliability of the results, since there are many external factors that might have affected the experience. But the methodology is proposed as one of the possible causes of the observed effects. And now I'd like to show you the students' opinion. 73.7% of the students have made very positive evaluation of the methodology and activities, and 26.3% were moderately satisfied, and none of the students showed dissatisfaction. We used these traffic lights where they could express their opinion. I would also like to comment on some difficulties that we've had to face. First of all, the necessary resources for the development and implementation, as well as for generating the audiovisual material, of course. The teacher training in augmented reality and acceptance is also very important. And some other factors as noise. Of course, we will get better performance in small groups and with two teachers, as in this experience. And the noise is a problem, of course, especially in infant education, because there's always noise in the classroom, of course. And some other recommendations that we have is to explain to parents and what we are going to do in the classroom, and contextualize the experience, because some parents are concerned about the use of these devices in the classroom with so small children. I'd like to conclude with a couple of ideas. On balance, we think that augmented reality is potentially useful as a complement to work vocabulary. We can also say that the project shows the possibility of using augmented reality in infant education in a real context to incorporate linguistic contents and work on emotional development. And I'd like to leave you with an important idea, that the proposal has been very positively assessed by the students, and that results are very positive. Well, thank you very much on behalf of Amaia Aguirregoitia from the University of the Basque Country, Jorge López Benito and Enara Artetxe from Creativity, and Estibaliz Bilbao from Escarcha Claret.